Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for coming back. The UK has been ranked as the second most miserable country in the world. This is not in Europe, in the whole world. Of all the countries in the world, the UK has been ranked the second most miserable country in the world. As you can see guys, there is beautiful sunshine and I'm here to soak in it, and I just feel like doing this video and let's just have a chit chat. What's the matter? I'm doing a video. So what's the matter?
Hi boo boo, I miss you.
So the UK has been ranked the second most miserable country in the world, and I just feel like let's talk about this. Is it everybody in the UK that is miserable? What is making people miserable? What are the solutions if we are really miserable? Because for a country to be ranked as the second most miserable country, it means the people in the country is what is making, that statistics. So we ask ourselves, are we really miserable? And if that is the case, what is the solution? I mean, what is happening around? And I just came out with 6 reasons why I feel like some people are unhappy being in the UK, and ways that we can, come back to this, because I have been there before. Honestly, that struggle is real. But my question is it everybody in the UK that is miserable? And my answer is a big no. There are some people who are very happy, they are making it, they are moving forward, they are so comfortable, and everything is moving on. And one thing I believe in life is that what you attract is what's actually something that you attract becomes a part and parcel of you. So in my daily life, I try not to attract negativity onto myself, because negative impact goes a long way to affect your life. So I try not to attract negativity. So although people say, that the UK is miserable, people are unhappy, I don't put that in my mind. I keep moving forward. These are the 6 reasons why I think the UK has been ranked the second most miserable country in the world. The first is the cost of living. When you are back in Africa or anywhere that you haven't entered the UK, you look at the British pounds and you feel like, oh my God, this is a lot of money. Yay! If I go to the UK and I earn this amount of money, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. You have a lot of lists. You have a bucket list of things that you want to accomplish in life. But when you come to the UK and you start receiving that money, you realize that yes, you are receiving the money, but the money is going into your cost of living. I remember when I first came to the UK, my first salary with the NHS was 24,907. While I was in Africa, I calculated this money and I multiplied it by the Ghana cedis and converted it, and I was so up to the roof. Like, and you know what? Like, I'm going to be a big girl. When I entered the UK, I realized that it was a different ballgame altogether. The cost of living is high. However, there are some places in UK that people have not explored. Sometimes I watch people. I have a friend, right, who has 5 kids. Okay, so she lives in a place in UK where she's renting a 4-bedroom house, and she's paying £900 for a 4-bedroom house with her 5 kids and her husband. Where I live, I can't even rent that 4-bedroom house to start with. The 3-bedroom house I live in, I am paying 1.5 of what she is paying in that place for a 3-bedroom. So location matters. Where you choose to live in the UK plays a big impact in your life. There are some of us who've chosen to live where we are living due to some personal reasons. Do you get the point? But if you have the opportunity to go to a place that is a bit more moderate in terms of cost of living, you can do so. Go somewhere that is moderate in price. In terms of cost of living, because the rent forms the most expensive things out of your salary. Also, try to boost your career, because the more you boost your career by doing courses, by learning, you have a chance of earning higher salary. I have friends that are earning 6 figures in the UK. 6 figures, yes, 6 figures. They are making it big time. Some are on 80k salary, some are on 90k salary. And I know that when you go, the higher you go, obviously the tax is much, but it still gives you something, to go home and to make yourself comfortable. You might not be able to save a lot, but at least it pays the bills. It does you some good. It keeps you going, and at the end of the day, you can still save something. So cost of living is the reason why people are unhappy, people are miserable. But if you choose your location right, if you boost your salary, and if you live within your means, if you try to adjust, like the things you wear, the clothing and stuff like that. Try to live minimal, okay? Try to live minimal. You can be happy. The next reason I can think of is childcare. Listen, if you are in UK and you have a child, the system makes you feel like the child is the only reason why you are breathing oxygen in and carbon dioxide out of the system. The system makes you feel like apart from this child, you can't do anything with your life. But I'm here to tell you that although yes, childcare is difficult, but there are ways to navigate your way around childcare. Listen, look for support bubbles around you, people who have equal mindset, who also have kids. Some people have children, they are looking for mothers. Okay, support groups. If you go on Facebook, there are a lot of support groups that are around your your community, that are looking for playmates. These mothers support each other. Recently, I went on Facebook to do something. I joined this group, and there was a mother who lives literally very close to me who has a child, and she was looking for somebody to just play with her child. Do you get? And I have 3 children who are very energetic. They're also happy to play. So if this mother has the same vision as me, we can share responsibilities. There are days that you can drop off your child to that person. There are days that person can drop off their child to you so they can have some life. And you wouldn't spend so much money in childcare because childcare is so expensive, right? Also, when your child is growing, let them start taking responsibilities around the home. My first daughter, yeah, she does, sorry for the noise, I'm by the roadside. My first daughter, she does a lot of things in the house, okay? I've trained my children in such a way that they attain or assume responsibility at a very young age. I don't care what society thinks, that child should be treated like a Barbie doll. My child is not going to be treated like a Barbie doll. She does things around the home. She cleans, she can cook, she can do school runs. Listen, recently I was struggling to drop them off school. So I went to the school and told them, I want my year 6 daughter to be dropping off her year 1 sister. And they said, that's fine. She can drop her because she's a play leader in school, right? As far as she's a play leader, she can look after other people, children, for them to play. She can equally look after her sister, period. Nothing nobody tells me. So we do this, she drops them off school. It helps me, it saves me money from looking for somebody to do that for me, or putting that stress on me to do that at all costs. So when your kids are growing up, let them start taking responsibility. How you train them. Listen, don't listen to what society is telling you. As far as it is age appropriate and you are doing things the right way, do not let anybody pressure you. Look for support bubbles around you that can also support you, so that you can also have some time to yourself as a mom to enjoy life. The next thing I can think about is the attitude of people. People in the UK are very cold and they like to hide information from people. Like, I met this lady, this woman, she's an elderly woman about my mother's age, right? So I was on a phone call speaking my language to somebody, and then this woman just said in our language, oh, you're Ghanaian. And I said, Mama Patra, you're Ghanaian. Immediately she got up, she started walking towards me with open arms. I also opened up my arms and then I gave her a warm hug. She was like, oh, you have touched my heart, because I meet Ghanaians who do not even want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. Imagine, what does this woman want from you? Nothing. She just wants somebody to say, oh, hi, I'm also a Ghanaian. She needs nothing from anybody. But you meet somebody from your own country, it's like they are hiding from you. People come into the UK and they learn a lot of attitude. They are so cold. I know that sometimes based on past experiences, maybe you've learned something the hard way, you don't want to get closer to people. But what I say to myself is that from the experiences I've gathered and from the things I've gone through here, sometimes I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't even talk to anybody in this UK. Anybody. If you can even watch from my previous video, there are a lot of things that I don't talk about on social media. I shouldn't be talking to people. But still, life goes on, because if you don't talk to people, if you are cold, if you're in your small bubble and you don't have that support system, how are you going to be happy? You don't have anybody's house to visit. Nobody visits your house. You are in your own small bubble. Maybe you don't even have a family, or you have a family but your family visits nobody. Nobody visits your family. Like, you don't engage, you don't do anything. When you've gone to do school rounds, you meet other mothers, other families, just engage with them. It's just nice. That 5 minutes talk is going to at least take some burden off of you. So with the attitude of people, some people are just so cold, they are just so wicked, and that is their nature. And what I say is that if you go to a place and you see that this person doesn't like me, my energy is not needed here, leave that place. Don't be there and be miserable. Like, do you get the point? Don't be there and be miserable. Go to another place. You never know. That place, you can find people who support you. Listen, I went to work in this particular workplace here. The manager in that workplace, even if you pull a phone to snap picture of your own self and you post it on social media in uniform, you will be dismissed. That is how strict she is. I went to another workplace and people can snap pictures as far as they are on their break. They can snap pictures and do whatever they want to do. So if you're that kind of person who wants to feel your body in uniform, you don't need to work in a place where there are strict policies like that. You can go and work in a place where the environment is chilled and relaxed. You are still doing your job as far as you're not showing anybody who is a service user, or you're not showing the company or anything. You are still good to go. You can still have some time on your break to do things that make you happy. I mean, we are not here to die miserable in the job. Really, we are not here to die miserable in the job. So if you're in an environment and that environment is not working for you, change your environment. Change your environment, and don't be stranded in misery. The next thing I can think about is the weather. The weather in UK is dangerously on its own very miserable. It's cold this minute. Like this morning, yeah, I woke up, it was sunny. I woke up quite late, around 10 a.m. I was doing my dishes. Whilst I was doing the dishes, it was still sunny. I said, okay, let's go to the swimming pool to swim. I told my girls, just get dressed up, let's go to the swimming pool. Immediately we stepped out of the house, it began to rain. Within a split second, it was raining so heavily. And then my daughter was telling me that by the time we go and swim and we are coming back, it will be sunny. And this is me sitting here. This is just 2 hours after we left the house, and it is sunny again. The weather is miserable, yes, but what can we do to make our lives better? Take your vitamin D supplement. There is something we call the seasonal affective disorder. In that seasonal affective disorder, people are really miserable because that is the weather. The vitamin D levels that you have in your body begins to go down. So what can you do to supplement yourself? You have to eat vitamin D rich foods, and you have to take vitamin D supplement. Also, in this season, when it is very cold, if you can afford, you can travel out of the UK, travel outside the country. There are a lot of beautiful places that have a lot of sunshine. I've got a girlfriend who is currently in Malta, enjoying the cold weather of Malta. Like, it's so beautiful. Some people go to Dubai, they go to the Maldives. If you can afford, just make it a budget around this time, even if it's just 1 week, just go out with your family, just have that time, enjoy the sunshine. And I tell you what, these vacations, they do us a lot of good. There's that feeling of, I'm going to travel out, that airport feeling. I don't know if everybody has that feeling, but whilst I was young, growing up, even till today, I have this airport feeling. Once I step in the airport, I feel so happy. Like, as if I haven't traveled before, I feel so happy. That feeling of traveling and exploring does you a lot of good. So supplement your food, take your supplement. And the weather, what can you do about the weather? Dress appropriately, heat your house adequately, get you a car, the affordable cars. You don't need to always walk under the snow, under the cold weather. Get you a little car and get you a driver's license, and then you can drive around. You don't have to be under the harsh weather all the time. The next thing is the immigration law, especially for migrants. The immigration law changes almost every week. Now it's like every week there is another story. You hear one story or the other about this law changing and that law changing. And mind you, the UK has a lot of immigrants now, and it's so sad when you come into a country and you are hit by changes here and there. You feel like there is lack of stability. You feel like, what is my position in this country? I have done job changes every year I come to the UK. I change job. I've never had any problem with changing job or anything, but this particular job I have changed, I applied for the visa like 5 weeks, no feedback from Home Office. The only feedback they gave me was that they are going to contact my employer. And if you're sitting there, you are wondering what is going to happen next, like what is happening in the background. I called Home Office and then they told me, actually on the website it says that your visa is going to be 3 weeks, but now it has changed to 3 to 8 weeks. This has not been updated on the website, and so if I hadn't called for them to tell me this, I'll be there wallowing in misery, thinking in sadness, what is going to happen next, that kind of feeling. So the immigration law plays a role in why people are thinking and they're miserable, because they don't know what is next. But what you can do is that just take it one day at a time. Listen, this is their country, they can do whatever they want to do. But as far as you're a legal immigrant and you have done things the right way, you have nothing to fear. Just keep doing things the right way. Pay attention to the law, just read them, but don't get so soaked into it. That is why these days I don't really post immigration content videos, because I am somebody who is easily drawn into something. So the moment I start talking about this immigration update and this immigration update and this change and that change, I feel so soaked into it, and I get carried away. I'm just thinking about how unhappy somebody is and all that. So just take it one day at a time. There is nothing we can do about it. Whatever law they want to bring, just take it one day at a time. Just live your life and be happy. Listen, you only live life once. You are here to enjoy. The last but certainly not the least thing I can think about is competition, or that feeling of not being content. People in UK, they are not content. See, I went to work somewhere, and if you know me, I'm a very happy person. I'm very bubbly. I'm always laughing about something that nobody would laugh about. I like, my energy level is high. I'm laughing about something that nobody would laugh about. So I realized that in that particular unit, everybody was reserved, nobody is open. And then one lady asked me, why are you always happy? And then we were 3 people sitting down. So one elderly woman answered the person that asked me, why are you always happy? That, have you ever seen her being sad? And then I answered and said, do I have a reason actually to be sad? Let's start from there. Do I have a reason? I don't think I have a reason to be sad. I've got life. I've got a roof over my head. I've got a job to put food on my table. No matter how bad it is, even if I can't save, I still have life. I keep going. See, this life that I have, somebody is paying money to get it. They can't get. I have interacted with a lot of people, very rich people, very prominent people who are struggling for their life. They are battling for their life. They have one condition or the other. But by the grace of God, there is life. There is hope. Why should I be miserable? So we are not content. Contentment. Bible says that godliness with contentment is great gain. I have a God who is big. I may not have it all. Competition. Somebody came to UK, 2 years, he bought a house, he bought a car, he brought the family, he did this, he traveled and went for holiday. You are watching it and you are telling yourself, why am I not doing all of these things when I've been here for 10 years and I haven't been able to do these things? And so you are unhappy. You can't even say congratulations to the person because the person, you are unhappy. Why can't you attain this height? There are a lot of things going on at the background of people's lives that they are not showing you. They are not telling you. So don't be in a competition. Don't feel like, so and so came here 3 years ago and she attained this height and he bought this house and he's driving this car. Oh my God. I know somebody who has changed 6 cars already since when she came to UK. Very short time. People have bought houses 1.5 years since they came to the UK. Listen, all hands are not equal. Try to run your race according to your pace. Run your race according to your pace, because there are lots of things that people are doing behind the scene that they will not tell you. Okay, in this UK, you cannot only live on the one source of income. This, your primary source of income, cannot sustain you. People are doing side hustles, they are doing side businesses, they are doing things to supplement their income, and that is the reason why they can do all of these things. Maybe in another video, I'll talk about these side hustles, things that you can do to boost your income, right? They are doing things that is supplementing their income. That is why they can live this lifestyle that they are living. Whatever it is, don't be in a competition. Don't feel like you are not there yet, and you are not there yet and you are down. Rather than doing that, ask yourself, what can I also do to get there? Ask questions. What can I do to get there? And I'm so happy that when I shared my promotional video, I was so happy that people were asking me, not just congratulating me, but they were asking me, what did you do to get there? We also want to get there. And it gives me that sense of satisfaction that, okay, I have a community of people that want a challenge, that want to accept a challenge in their life, which is something that is very good. If you see that somebody is doing something that is exceptional, don't be in a competition. Rather ask them, what is your secret, right? What is your secret? What are you doing? I also want to be like you. And that is the way to go. When I came to the UK, I have people that I look up to. They are there. They are in that dimension. They are making it big time. I am asking questions like, how did you get there? What course did you do? How did you attain this? How did you attain that? I may not be there yet, but little by little, it is a process. You came to UK yesterday. Today, you want to buy a Lamborghini. How is that possible? Take it one day at a time. Don't be in a competition. Pray. Tell God that let your will be done in my life. I see a lot of people saying that, oh, it's not possible to make it in the UK. We are leaving to Australia. We are leaving to Canada. You don't even know what you're going to face over there. Ask God, what is the will of God? What is your will for my life? If it's the will of God for you to be in the UK, you'll be here. You'll make it. Don't worry. It might take a little bit of time, but you will get there. So don't be miserable. Don't be unhappy. Just be focused and be attentive. Ask people who have made it. Ask them how they did it. And take practical steps to make your life better. I wish you all the very best in whatever you are doing. And don't get carried away with other people's misery. Thank you so much for watching. Until we meet again in my next video.